Stampers, Kim from stampingandperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I wanted to share with you a scrapbook page that I created, and I just wanted to create some fall pages. I actually think I'm going to create a bunch of these and take a picture of each person in my family and have them just record something that they're thankful for, since that's the stamp that I used. I've used two stamps here today. I've used the Magnificent Maple and I've used the Thankful For stamp. These are both single stamps, and they both only come in wood, so you don't have an option between wood and clear, and they're in Stampin' Up's current holiday catalog. So that's Magnificent Maple and Thankful For. Okay, and you can see I've used a fall color scheme. So let me tell you how I got started. I decided to make an 8x8 page because that's the size album that I'm working with. Now if you want this to be larger, generally what I do, if I want to make a 12x12 page and I have an 8x8 page all created, I just actually put this down on a 12x12 page, and I would probably in this case pick Sahara Sand and put this down in one corner, and then I could put a title across the top. So to make it 12x12 I just do something like that. And it also would allow you to add some extra photo boxes and everything. Okay, so I started with a piece of Always Artichoke. And again, I cut this at 8x8, so that's Always Artichoke. Now, this page I have layered, I have laid out like this, and I want my two pages to coordinate. Either I'll put them together like this or like this. So I'm going to do this one opposite that, so that I have a two-page layout that coordinates. Now, I'm using sweater weather paper, so I cut a piece of sweater weather paper. I picked the chocolate chip pattern, and I cut that 1x8 inches. And I'm going to just adhere this down along the bottom with a little bit of glue. And I'm going to leave a little bit of my Always Artichoke peeking through the bottom, just like this. So a little tiny bit of that Always Artichoke sticking out below there. I cut another piece of the sweater weather paper, and this is the, I believe this is crushed curry. I cut it at 1x7. You'll notice that I rounded the corner with my corner rounder. And I also cut a piece of sweater weather paper. I love this Tangerine Tango. It really looks like a sweater when you are up close. I cut this at 6x6.5. Okay, so I have those two pieces. I'm going to put the Tangerine Tango one down first. And I use glue. You can use whatever your favorite adhesive is, and I don't put too much, just a little bit. A little bit is all that it takes. And I'm going to butt this up next to my chocolate chip, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the Always Artichoke peeking along the side here. I just like to have it look like it's got a little bit of matte on top. Now I'm going to take this 1x7 inch piece of crushed curry sweater weather, put a little bit of glue on that, and I'm just going to layer this over the top of this, over the top of these two pieces. I'm putting this toward the edge of my paper, over here on this edge, just like that. Now I've got a piece of chocolate chip chevron ribbon, and this is about 9 inches long. I just make sure it's longer on both ends. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to wrap this around on the ends. So I'm putting 2 glue dots on each end, just because this is, just because this is wider ribbon. I'll put one on each corner, just like that. And I like to use the glue dots instead of like gluing this down, because I'm making my page without the pictures. So I want to actually leave myself some options, so when I get a picture, or when I take the picture that's actually going to go on this page on like Thanksgiving Day or something, I can take that picture and it'll just like slide right in. I can slide it underneath there. I still have the option to do that. So it gives me more room to place my pictures. Okay, now I cut out a leaf with in Always Artichoke with the Autumn Accents Bigs die, and I ran it through my wood grain embossing folder using my Big Shot. So I'm going to put that down. Then I stamped one of the Magnificent Maples in Tangerine Tango on Tangerine Tango, and I cut that out. I did the same thing with Magnificent Maple. I stamped it in Crushed Curry on Crushed Curry, and I'm just going to layer these together. So I just attach these together with glue dots. I just put one glue dot on the back of each one. Just like that. And then I'm just going to put this down. Oops. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on this. I'm just going to put this down over here in the corner like that. Now I have an antique brad. I love these antique brads, and I picked the flattest one because I generally store my scrapbooks laying down, so I don't like to put too much as far as raised embellishments. I also have a piece of linen thread, and I just cut a bunch off, probably actually maybe almost a yard or a meter, somewhere around there. And I'm just like looping it over, and I'm just going to keep going around until I get it about the size that I want, and then I'm going to put the antique brad around it like this. And I always give my antique brad a really good push so it makes it nice and flat like that. And then I'll put a couple of glue dots on the back. I'll stick that there, and then I kind of like spread the linen thread out a little bit. I really just like it to look a little bit messier than that. I don't like it to look too neat. Now I've cut out in Sahara Sand a label with the decorative label punch, and I want this to be actually like a little journaling box. So actually what I did with this one, I'm going to put this one down over here, is I took my Stampin' Dimensionals, and since I don't have my pictures on, I decided that I would put one Stampin' Dimensional right in the bottom corner, so when I flip this over, it's adhered to my paper, and I can add more after I put my pictures on, because I wanted the option to be able to slide my pictures in underneath, and then I can finish adhering. Okay, sorry about that. I have just a couple more little touches that I'm going to add, and what I did was I took a piece of Sahara Sand. This is an inch wide and probably 3.5 inches long. I stamped my Thankful For on the Sahara Sand with the chocolate chip because that's one of the colors in the sweater weather paper. And I used my decorative label punch because I wanted to give it a fancy little end. So I just slide this in like this, and I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm sliding this in between where it's going to punch. I'm kind of lining it up so that that 1 inch piece is centered in there, and I'm going to punch, and it gives me a pretty little edge on each side of my little title piece here. I'm going to put that down with glue, just like that. And then for one final touch, I decided to add some Crushed Curry candy dots. I'm using the Regals collection, and I wanted the yellow. I just want to put 3 of these up in the corner, and I just place them. I don't push them down because they never look straight to me until I get an up-close look at them, and so I don't push them down until I'm sure that I've got them on there straight, because they do give you a little wiggle room. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to give them all a good push, just like that. So there I have a set of 2 coordinating pages that is just perfect for a fall theme scrap page, double scrap page layout. So isn't that pretty? So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this, you will enjoy my Simply Scrapbooking monthly subscription, and when you join Simply Scrapbooking, it's $4.95, and twice each month, about 15 days apart or so, you will get a video tutorial just like this one, and sometimes I include 2-minute quick tips if there's a technique or something I need to show you, 2-minute quick tip videos, and you get all the measurements and everything you need to create a 2-page layout just like this. So stop by my blog at stampingimperfection.com and check out my Simply Scrapbooking monthly subscription. Thanks for watching.